Okay, well, hi. Thanks so much for joining me, Caroline and Sean. You're originally from Sydney, and I've had the pleasure to help you guys move to Bali, which is now your forever home.
Yes.
That's super exciting. So originally when we spoke a few years ago, it may have been like a gap year, and you've got 3 young children, and you were going to explore different areas, and business back in Australia as well was churning along. But now this is your forever home. A pleasure to be here, and it's absolutely stunning what you've created here and what you're still going to create. So can you start by telling us a little bit about yourselves and introducing the family and how you got here and what inspired you to move to Bali?
Well, my name's Caroline. This is my husband, Sean, and we have 3 kids, Kit, Minnie and Wolf. We were just looking for a change. We were thinking of Bali to move to for a few years, but then we moved here last September, so it's right on a year. I think we were just wanting a different way of life for our children and for us. We found Sydney a bit too fast-paced. It was really hard. We had our own businesses there, and it was stressful. And our kids are going to think we're cool for a little bit longer, so we wanted to spend as much more time with them.
And I think we love coming on holidays here, so if we can turn that into the rest of your life, why not? So, I mean, I know it's not for everyone, and you can't do it depending on work situation, etc. But we kind of had some flexibility to come over here and just continue the business back in Australia and just see what came of that and see what opportunities popped up here, and fortunately some good opportunities have popped up, and it looks like we're staying, so we're happy.
So there's opportunities. I would love to hear more. So you did start in the Canggu area,
Yes.
And went to an international school, and then found your way over to Uluwatu, to the Bukit, where you're building business, and there's success to come, I can see. So tell us all about that.
Look, I think we came over here with an open mind, and we met a bunch of really cool people. I think what was interesting was there's a lot of people kind of like us that were a bit older. So we've met people from America, the UK, from Australia, and we met some people who were involved in properties or hotels or restaurants, etc. And we didn't have a plan, but we just had some conversations, and Caroline has a background back in Australia in hospitality, and sort of one thing led to another, and we've just had a few people that have wanted to sort of partner up with us and do something. And I guess there was a windy road, but we kind of ended up here with our business partner, who's also he's a foreigner from Sweden, been here for 30 years.
Wow.
But he's kind of similar to us, 5 kids, and it's just a good fit for us. So he's beautiful venue, and we're going to hopefully bring some really nice businesses to the area and have fun.
And employ a lot of local staff.
Yeah, of course. So you're celebrating, obviously, what this space is.
Yes.
But as you said, embracing the local staff and maybe learning the language and bringing the culture. Tell us a little bit about that, your experience over the last year, what you've seen and how beautiful the Balinese people are, for example.
They are the most beautiful people. I think especially when you have children, you couldn't get a nicer people to be around. They're so family and community minded, and I think that's really instills great values in the kids, and they're just kind and they're fun. They're great. The kids absolutely adore them, and so do we, and we've now got quite a lot of staff.
That's so lovely. And so homeschooling as well. So that's where the kids absolutely love working with one of the Indonesian tutors or homeschoolers. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, Miss Veronica is their teacher. So she comes to our house. I guess when we were sort of working out what we wanted to do, they were in a school originally in Umalas. However, because we were moving around while we worked out where we were going to end up, we decided for them to be homeschooled while we're doing that. And now that we're based here, and look, there's a school that's just opened up here, but there wasn't any schools when we first moved here. So, but they're really happy. They love it.
Aww.
Yeah, I think it's a new experience for them. And to be honest, I think we've learnt going to school a long time ago. When you've got a teacher intently just working with the 3 kids, they can learn a hell of a lot more in that time than they would at school, sort of with less attention, I guess. But no, they've really, in the 6 or 7 months now, they've gone forward in leaps and bounds. So it's been great for them. Now they probably will end up back at the school, but at the moment, it works really well, and it's a good experience for them as well. So
plus they have the tendency to be quite big personalities and class clowns and stuff. This makes them do work.
There's nowhere to hide in a class of 3, so they can't get away with poor behaviour. So that's been good.
Love that. That's so good. And so comparing life back in Sydney and comparing life to now, what a big change in every single tangible way? What are some of those standout changes, do you think?
I just think time. Time's probably been the biggest
Yeah.
factor.
More time?
More time. There's more help
We were,
here as well.
yeah. So we were honestly between their schooling hours, work, then all the school activities, and then getting ready for book week and this and that. We were just on the go constantly. So I think with this change, it's just we've got a lot more support in terms of just like little things like not doing the laundry anymore, and we tend to eat out, so that kind of really would save like a good 10-15 hours at least a week. So all those small things that you sort of don't realize take up so much time really have sort of given us obviously more time to work on the business as well. And I think probably one of the best things about living here for kids is they can actually be kids. Like they're not going to grow up too fast. They're learning how to do kite making. They're like immersing themselves in the culture. But they just get to do fun outdoorsy kids stuff. They're not at Westfields. They're not. Do you know what I mean? They're not
right.
Not as materialistic.
And they're not wanting to buy Sephora at the age of 7. And they're not on their devices as much.
Of course.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
like that.
They still are, but not as much. We try to cut that down.
Yeah, that's so nice to see that. And so you've been here a year. So what are the highs and lows that you've seen over the year, and experiences that you like to share?
Well, the highs are just, obviously being part of this new culture, which we thought we'd like, and we've worked out that we do really love it. So I think that for a lot of people, they had this idea of, coming to Bali and then living. They are two very different things. So there's definitely we love being here and we love the people. We love the opportunities that it presents here. We love the light. I mean, we get up every day. It's sunny, and as Caroline said, the people, they're just always happy. They're smiling. So it's hard not to feel good here.
Yes.
And it feels like you've been brought into, like, I guess, especially when you're away from your family and your friends and all your connections, to like they really embrace you, which has probably been really lovely. And especially for the kids, because like, they get to come here, and whether it's, our builder or whoever, he takes them out on the bikes. He does it like it's just like it's family away from family.
Yeah, and look, I think a lot of the things that we can do here, we can't really do back home, or there's special treats, etc.
Of course,
but we can just. I mean, the first 6 months we just travel around and book a villa for a weekend in a new part of Bali, and you just don't have the time back in Australia, and anything like that's probably quite expensive when you're bringing up 3 kids in Sydney, trying to run businesses. So you can just do a lot like that you can't necessarily
even kids activities, like so whether it's like aerospace or bounce, all those things that were really like just for a birthday or just for a special occasion, they can do a lot more of that here. And I guess as well, it's more activity based. Yes. Which is really great.
Yeah, and plus the nature as well around it.
Yeah, they're out and about, but
negatives probably would just been we got quite sick the first couple of months.
Yeah, of course.
That's probably the only. The lows probably
just when we first got here, just getting
used to it all.
Yeah, that's taken a good 6
Wolf
months.
We found out used to shower with his mouth open all the time, so that was not great for the first couple of months. But that was it.
But I think just adjusting to the food and the water.
Of course.
But I think now that we've done that, we're tougher and stronger.
That's right. You've gone through it.
I think you look back in Australia and go, we're probably a little bit protected and pampered there, but over here now I think my stomach is strong and I can deal with anything. But that is a bit of a negative. You've got to battle through that.
Yes,
it's a bit tough,
absolutely. A lot settling in. Yeah, and then the cost of living. I mean, we've sort of touched on it. Obviously, free time and money is goes a lot further here. So any sort of standout moments? So I know people sort of say overall 30 to 40% cheaper. There will be more expenses in other areas like accommodation, for example. What have you found on average?
Yeah, I mean, on average, probably 30 to 40, maybe 50. But then there's some things that are, food can be 80% cheaper.
Yes.
But then, rents, etc., can be only 20 or 30% depending on where you are. So there's things that are closer to Australia, but the really important stuff, I guess, like just if you want to just eat locally, the food is significantly cheaper, and the food's amazing here.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we're not missing out on anything. Entertainment, taking the kids out,
and like things like the movies are like $5.
Yeah, that's true.
All these
it adds up with family of 5.
I think probably more that sort of like I think the entertainment, even just like the kids like sporting or extracurricular activities, they are significantly cheaper than like Sydney. So
Yes.
so that means it's great. They get to do a lot more stuff that, you know, maybe in Sydney we'd have to sort of prioritise.
once a
Okay,
week or once
we
a
can't.
fortnight.
Yeah, we can't go to the movies.
Of course.
Once a week. Or,
Yes, of course.
You know, like, or you can't
It's more
sort
a
of.
time thing. As
And just obviously, it's been an honour to be a part of your journey, and we've
Yes,
had a few
thank you.
conversations. So
We
love
wouldn't be
to
here without you.
So I'd love to hear just your experience with that, working with Aya and Bali myself, and just anything to share about recommending for families.
Oh, look,
how to do the steps.
You were the steps.
You
Do
were.
you know what I
I
mean?
think it's,
I was a bit overwhelmed when we decided
It's a big
that
thing.
we were going to come here, and I'm like, I don't actually. And when I had a look at everything that we kind of potentially needed to do, and we didn't actually even know what we needed to do.
I don't think we would have done it if we didn't have like someone
Thank
like
you.
yourself to help,
Yeah.
because it is a bit of a minefield. And even here now, a year later, it's
changes.
amazing
It
here,
does
but
change.
it's so different from Australia. And there's politically and just the way they do everything. You just got to change and adjust. But like there's really great things here. There's some things that are different to Australia, but like we got to come over here and adapt.
That's
so
right.
there's
But you're coming here
coming
to
to
for a
Bali
new
is not.
culture.
It might have been sort of overnight. We kind of decided after thinking about it for a year we're doing it, but then we're like, that's great, but how the hell do we go about doing this? And there's a lot of planning and preparation, and you'd be mad to do it yourself, because you'll stuff something up for sure.
Yeah.
Or miss something,
Yeah.
because
Or
I
get
think
kicked out of the country not having right things. Like you will. You got
Yeah.
to be really organised.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so what I'd love to know a little bit more about the business that you're building, because I can't wait to see, and what are you offering and what are you doing here?
Well, we've just launched a wedding venue called the Uluwatu,
Okay.
which is here.
Yay.
So we're doing weddings up here, but we're also launching a pool club in December, just on Sundays, called Miss Minnie's Pool Club. And then do you want to talk about downstairs?
And then
Yes.
just underneath us here we have a cave which will be our restaurant. So it's called Rockfish. So 3 new business lots and names, but yeah, Rockfish. So sort of a seafood focused restaurant. But Caroline's had very successful restaurants back in Sydney. So we thought we'd never do a restaurant again, but here we are. But it's honestly, it's the most beautiful venue we've ever sort of been involved with. So we couldn't say no. And we're looking forward to doing something really cool here.
I'd love to now chat to the kids and see
Yeah,
what their
absolutely.
life is like.
Good luck with that.
And thanks so much
I'll
for
have
joining
more
me.
questions.
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yeah, really appreciate all your help as well. We
Thanks
wouldn't
so
be
much.
here without you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, so I'm here with Caroline and her 3 children. We've got Wolf, Minnie, and Kit, and they're from Sydney, and they moved to Bali a year ago, and we're here in their beautiful new property, and they live just nearby, and they're actually being homeschooled at the moment. And it's been a lovely conversation both with Sean and Caroline, learning all about their move to Bali and what inspired them and what they love about their Bali life. But I thought it would be a great idea to have a chat to you guys. So I'd love to ask you, what have you liked about living in Bali?
I like the beaches, like especially Pandawa and Padang Padang. They're just both very, very good beaches.
Great. And what do you do at the beach? What do you like to do?
I like to surf sometimes if I get the time to, or I definitely like to swim. all the
Great.
time.
And at the moment you're homeschooling, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Homeschooling is very fun because it's at home, and our
convenient.
teacher is very, very nice because she's from Jakarta, and I'm not saying like Jakarta people are just nice, but she's very nice.
Yes.
And she teaches us very good stuff like math, grammar, and some other stuff.
What about the language?
And yeah, we learned some
Bahasa. Great. So can you count to 5 in Bahasa?
Yeah.
Great. Do you want to count to 5 for me?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent. Well done.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing what you like about
Yeah.
Bali.
There you go.
And what do you like about Bali, Minnie?
I like the people.
Yeah, I do too. What do you like about the people?
They're so friendly and kind, and they're so welcoming.
That's so nice. I agree with that. Anything else you want to share? Like, obviously, your teacher is very friendly.
Oh, yes.
And who else have you met that's really, really friendly?
Oh, probably lots of my mum's friends.
Great.
Like, the chefs are very nice, and lots of the people that work here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's lovely to live in Bali.
Yeah, it's a lovely culture as well. So have you seen the offerings and things
Yes,
like that?
I know how to make one.
Oh, well done. Excellent. That's really nice. And now I'm going to ask your sister, Kit, what do you like about living in Bali?
I like the places, and I also
like the food and the playground.
Oh, yeah. So there's lots of things you like.
Yeah, she
So-
loves everything about
Oh,
Bali.
that's so great. And what's your favourite food?
My favorite food is nasi goreng.
Oh, it's my favourite food too. I can have a nasi goreng every day. So do you have a lot of nasi goreng?
The first time I tried it was at a restaurant.
Yes. Delicious. And where else do you like to play?
Ohana and
Ohana's a
Oh, yeah, like a kids'
kids-
cafe
yeah.
type of thing. Yeah, that's fun.
Heaters and aerospace.
Yeah, aerospace, yeah, indoor play as well. Lots of options. Great. So we've got beaches and we've got like cafes and indoor, so wet weather and sun. It's all great. Anything else you want to share about living in Bali? You've been here a year now.
I don't know how to count.
You don't know how to count in Bahasa?
But I know how to say thank you and welcome.
That's great.
Terima kasih, sama-sama.
Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. And did you want to say anything else?
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend living in Bali.
Oh.
It's so nice, and it's actually not dangerous at all. And I just love living in Bali. The people are so nice, as I said. The restaurants are amazing.
Yes.
And when I first moved to Bali, I thought it was not going to be as good as Sydney, but it turns out it's better.
Oh, that's good. It's beyond your expectations now.
Yes.
That's awesome. Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining me. I've never had a nice chat with a whole family now with 3 children. That's so exciting. Lovely to meet you all, and I look forward to seeing you grow and have a beautiful home here.
Thanks.
Yay! Thanks, everybody.